What's your name? What do you do? Why should people listen to you?
So I'm Yoann. I'm the growth lead behind AI Apply, and that's AI tool for job seekers. We do like resume, cover letter, interview prep, and we auto apply to jobs for people. Been there like for 2 years, pretty much 2 years, coming up to 2 years.
I would love to hear the story initially on because I have a physics background, went into marketing. It sounds like you have like an engineering background, but you worked in engineering for a while, and then just like pivoted. So I would love to hear the story of what made you go from engineering to marketing.
So I'm a late bloomer to marketing. I started in marketing in my mid-20s. Before that, I studied industrial engineering and computer science. I was much better at industrial engineering than computer science. So I studied that, and I actually started my career in that. So I did like a couple of years in the space industry, like an engineer project manager, and that's what got me to the UK. I'm French, but I never worked in France.
Never? Oh, you moved right away to the UK?
Straight away. I moved to Cardiff first, and that was to be close to Bristol, where all the space programs were. And then after those 2 years, what got me to London was automotive. I worked at Ford in Basildon, near London. For 2 years, same like a project manager, managing engineers to deliver the powertrain of the car. What controls the car?
It's like
the annoying thing that you have to go to the garage to check because it's never updated.
I actually don't have a car and don't drive because in London you don't need to.
And then so basically the funny story is like, I don't know if you've seen like Severance and things like that. So it's very Severance coded, working with a corporation like Ford. Everyone's in cubicles. And my colleagues were in their 50s, 30 years engineers, and they had the diplomas 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years literally on their cubicles. And you could stand up and see like above them, like the classic cubicles.
Like literally the fake walls between,
And I was in suit and tie every day, and I was saying this, and I was like, that's not my life. Like I can't do this, that's not me. I need to find something else. So I had a bit of like existential crisis around my early 20s. And then so I was looking for like what to do and stuff, but I've always been into like tech, cultural shifts and like fashion and like things like that. So I was kind of up to date with like what was going on. I was on MySpace a lot. Like I was aware of like social networks, and even though I come from like a rural, like small village south of France, I was like burning CDs, doing my mixtapes, doing like I was on Emule and like LimeWire.
Did you get the virus?
I probably did on my like old PC, I saw one of my friends from university went to MySpace and Facebook.
Oh, no way.
And then joined one of the first official Facebook ad agency.
Like
there was
in
a badge.
Facebook?
The
badge.
There was like Facebook was approving agencies to run on top of their APIs.
I didn't know that.
Back in the early days, like the Power Editor days, when Power Editor just launched, and it was a mess, And I saw these guys, so my friend posting on Facebook, they're recruiting account managers or account exec, and I was like, that sounds interesting. I had no idea what Facebook ads were. I wish I knew about Facebook. I was on Facebook and all that stuff, and that's what got me into it. Like I studied really hard every night for like 3 months to learn about pixels and marketing at the time, and like digital marketing, and there was very little resources. There was John Loomer, classic, shout out John. He's still there. Like his blog is like insane.
Really? Archive
stuff, I was studying that, so I went through like, I don't know, many rounds of interviews because they were like, you're a bit older than the people we usually get. We get like 20, 21 years old. You're an engineer like coming from Ford, like what's that, So
it's a hard pivot.
That's kind of, that's my origin story. So like I jumped into Facebook ads like that. I got hooked literally week one. I was like, this is insane. We're spending hundreds of thousands across multiple industries. Automotive was one of them, but like gambling, new tech, new apps like Spotify at the time and stuff. Like I was like, this is nuts. Like I need to do something with it. It looked like my new career basically.
How long did it take you to get your first winning ad?
Straight away.
Really?
Everything was working. Like they were still
they
were still buying likes. So if you were optimizing towards anything but likes, like it would crush. It would crush.
Even a terrible ad was like, that's the golden age of media buying.
Yes. That was that. And then basically, maybe because I was a bit more mature, a bit more older, like, and I had the data, the engineering kind of background. You know, I was already like project managing like some pretty serious stuff, you know, like car launches in like Brazil and stuff, you know, like I don't know, it felt easy, it felt like almost like a game for me. You know? I can crush this. And I grew quite fast like through the ranks. I think I only stayed like a year and a half at the agency, and that's how I found my way into Deliveroo. And that was my first in-house role, basically.
Yeah.
Was at Deliveroo. We went to pitch them, didn't get the agency contract, but literally the marketing director that was just hired at the time, a guy named Yoann Pavvy, so CEO of Manual.
Oh, really?
Yeah, huge,
I was like, it sounds familiar. Yeah.
So
no way, that's crazy.
Send me a message on LinkedIn, and I was like, yeah, you can join us if you want and be like the first paid social lead for Deliveroo. We just raised, we're about to raise again. Yeah. And we've got like a shit ton to do basically. So I was like, yeah, I mean, cool, sign me up.
Did you already use Deliveroo?
No, I went by the vibe. I was
the vibe, okay.
I went to interview and they were crammed in their small office. It was like 70 of them or whatever. People on the floor. I was doing the interview, buzzing in drivers. In between the door and the corridor.
You know, we might have met at that point because, you know, I was a Deliveroo driver in the very early days.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, 2016 or something. I remember coming to one of these like garage basement thing for the like onboarding interview. And it was like, there was no interview.
Maybe you came through one of my ads.
Maybe. Someone asked me, it's like, oh, how did you become a Deliveroo driver? And I was like, I actually can't remember. I'm like, did I just see a driver? And I was like, I love cycling. So I was I can't remember. But yeah, maybe one of your ads.
Because one of the things, so obviously we spend a lot or grew a lot on the consumer side, but one of the hack at Deliveroo was literally we were putting ads saying if you've got a bike, you got a job. And that crushed. Like
I probably saw that, to be honest.
Because we had you know, it's like a marketplace, so like supply demand problem in some areas. We had too few drivers. So I could like literally postcode targeting, target people, and we would get like people to apply for jobs. Like cost per lead was like a few quid.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was crazy. So suddenly we had like queues at the office of drivers who were coming in for interviews or like to officially be onboarded. It came from like, we don't have enough to we have too much. It was like, let's control that. So yeah, that was insane.
And I guess, but for Deliveroo, it's like you have the supply side, right? The drivers, and then also like the demand side of like ordering food. So did you have very different strategies for the more marketplace dynamic in a way?
Yeah. The consumer side was a lot more like restaurant driven. Like
and the restaurants. Three-way,
three
directional.
Three-sided.
Three-sided marketplace,
And I was like jumping in the ocean for me because yes, I had experience, but we were launching like crazy, and it was like in 13 markets, and at the same time they were launching local marketing teams, and those local marketing teams, they were like, okay, so talk to Yoann to like set up your Instagram and stuff for like, I don't know, Barcelona or like Berlin or whatever. So suddenly I was also like managing the organic side of things.
Really? No way, okay.
And I was like, guys, you can't post whatever you want, like we've got a brand and stuff, you know, like it was a nightmare to manage. But it was fun though, because we were traveling across Europe, like setting up the teams and like helping them. Yeah, that was cool.
So then you did Deliveroo for like 2 years?
2 years, yeah. Just about 2 years. So after I did a bit of B2B at Perkbox.
Okay. I didn't know that,
Which was B2B2C, so like there's a lot of like strategies that are used now in the B2B world that I was already doing. Like basically trying to catch employees instead of the decision maker.
Right,
and if you get enough employees, a bit like a PLG type stuff, but using ads as well.
I see.
And that was working really well. Yeah. Because once you get like your whole office to talk about you, then the decision maker is like, fuck it. I need to get this.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
So that was that. That was fun. I didn't stay for very long because it was not really like my passion or my thing. I think also I got contacted by the company afterwards, which was Depop. It was really my thing. I was like, this like marketplace again, fashion, secondhand. Like I literally like thrifted clothes my whole life.
Really,
I was like, this is like the perfect spot. And I kind of like did, long story short, is I did kind of the same thing I did at Deliveroo. I set up everything.
You had the playbook.
Huge organic traction, no growth team.
Oh, really?
And the CEO was like, Maria the interview was like, look, Yoann, I don't believe in paid marketing. So if you get the job, you need to like make me a believer, basically. Type thing.
Prove the ROI,
And we crushed, literally crushed. And went from like almost zero spend to like £500,000. Most of it on Snapchat as well, which was like no one was doing that. And it was like we grew like crazy, raised the next round. And then basically the conclusion to that, after I spent like a couple of years at Depop, I think fast forward to COVID, so 2020. In 2021, both of these companies exited. was
at the same time.
Nuts. Same
was
year.
it both London, like London Stock Exchange exit?
Yeah, so Deliveroo London Stock Exchange.
Yeah.
Depop sold to Etsy.
Oh, so like true. It was an IPO.
A private exit, like a buyer.
Etsy. Wow.
I don't know if you call it buyout, but yeah. So yeah, that was nuts because there's only few exited unicorns in the UK. I think there's like 17 or 16 or something. There's more unicorns, but official exited ones. It's actually quite hard to do that
with like public headlines.
Yeah. So yeah, that helped. Obviously, I already had the reputation and stuff, but I kind of like solidified 2 big names on my CV. So yeah.
Well, I guess with like a CV so stacked like that, you could basically do anything. So like, what was like the next step and why? Like the real why?
Yeah.
Because you could literally probably do anything, right? So.
Yeah. So after that, in between job now, I tend to do is like I go consultant and I get like a small portfolio of companies. Like I get a ton of founders who reach out.
Yeah.
Like pre-product market fit or post-product market fit, like pre-series A type stuff. And when I need to, when I'm in between jobs, you know, I can pick.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of a luxury.
Yeah.
And usually what happens is like one of them that I like, I end up going full time.
Okay.
Because I see the potential. I can.
You test the waters first.
Yeah. So it's a few things. Business model works.
Yeah.
Or is about to work, and we're just cracking it. Team is great. Like, you know, crushing.
Yeah.
Fast speed, and you know, and I like them, and they like me. And yeah, and then the rest is like the details, you know, like the package and stuff, like whatever, you know. If everything aligns, then I go full time, and yeah, that's what. So I did that before where I am now at Nude. So that was fintech app.
Yes, yeah.
For first-time home buyers.
I think that's when we met. Was around that time.
That's when we met. Yeah. And now I apply. Same story. So I got connected with the founders. We clicked. I did 2-3 months consulting.
Yeah.
We cracked the business, the economics, and when I was done, then that kind of was like, okay, like let's do it for real now. Like, I joined full time.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years ago, like in the summer, like May. So like we're coming up to 2 years soon.
Yeah. I'd almost say like the last 2 years in marketing, there's been a much higher velocity of change versus the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the like I don't know, pre-2021 maybe, it was kind of the same playbook for the last 6 years.
Yeah.
It was just getting harder and harder, kind of like it was getting more saturated. But then in the last 2 years, it's like this inflection point. And you apply in this inflection point, like how did you adapt and change all your marketing?
Yeah. So I think it was kind of a forced adaptation because these guys didn't want from the beginning go the VC back route, so we had to make it work bootstrap. I'm more used to the VC world, so like the companies I mentioned before, they're like huge investments, payback period in those kind of years that you mentioned before the last 2 years. It was like, you know, 12 months payback.
Yeah, that's crazy.
24 months payback, 2 years payback. Man. It's like, I wish I could go back to those times, but no, but like, so very unprofitable businesses and trying to like play on the long term, you know, like who can outrun the competition the most and raise the most, and kind of like a winner take all situation. Whereas now we are very lean, very nimble, make your money back on month one or die. Literally like hardcore. And I feel like I have the knowledge to do that, but I actually never did it up to this point. And so that was my 3 months with them. Like I was like, we need to make it work. For me to like officially like go full time, like the numbers needs to work out. And we cracked it. Like took like couple of months, but like lots of optimization, lots of product optimization, onboarding, activation, all that stuff. Obviously the ads on top of it, like to try things. And yeah, we started to do it. And so yeah, I haven't looked back since. Like we're crushing it, growing like crazy. And no need for investment.
Fully profitable.
We're not really public with our numbers, but like I think we're just about 1.5 million users.
Wow.
That we're monetizing.
Did you just hit 1 million like
a few months ago? Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, it was a late announcement, but it's going fast. Like we're getting like hundreds of thousands a month. Like, so it's the adaptation was like going bootstrap, having a SaaS consumer. AI business,
B2C SaaS.
Everything lean, everything automated, tons of agents, tons of outsourced people.
Interesting.
I think I became like an expert negotiator when it comes to like cost per, like negotiating everything.
Oh yeah, okay.
To like, because that's what you have to do. Otherwise you die. Like you can't
have to find the arbitrage.
Yeah, exactly, the arbitrage.
Aren't willing to do or find. Yeah.
You don't always find it, and that's fine. You need to move on. Basically, it's like you can't find the arbitrage. You need to move on.
Yeah.
So I became really good at that. Yeah.
Now I'm curious to kind of dive into the details on kind of like what you've seen working, what you're testing, the more like practical stuff that like someone listening could do today.
I kind of think like we went away from, or like quite negative sentiment on like the paid acquisition side of things to now almost like full circle moment back into it.
Okay.
Especially
in just the last 2 years?
Yeah. I feel like it's something that's been like people or like teams have tried to like move away from and like talk about product-led growth, and it's kind of going away now because of AI and agents. You don't really, you talk to a chatbot. It's a very different world, and I think at the same time, especially Meta has done like a crazy job in like making the ads better and better and better.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of like sentiment of like people trying to fight Meta and try to control it. And I think you need to let go. I think you need to trust the machines.
Trust the algo.
Yeah, and I mean, like all the chat about Andromeda this year.
Yeah.
It's huge, and I think businesses can make it work, should make it work. If you can't make it work, basically you don't have a business. I think there's other strategies that people are very vocal about, and we can talk about more the details of them and stuff, but like the organic side of things, which I think is also like a very good channel, like organic content. So whether it's like on your brand account or other accounts, I think those are great strategies, but not necessarily harder to scale, because I think it's easier to get to. So basically, my point is, I think there's a ton to do on organic. I think organic is a good kickstart when you start a business and you start having some traction with your content. For maybe find some virality. I think you could probably get to like your 10, 100K MRR this way on a consumer business. Maybe B2B works as well, but I haven't dabbed into that too much. But I think you can do a lot up to a point.
Right.
But then the metrics don't work. Like you need billions and billions of views to get to the scale from 100 to a million MRR, basically.
Yeah.
So I think that's where paid comes in. And if you don't have both, I think you're cooked. Like,
really? You need both in tandem. Yeah.
And it's funny because the economics of like the arbitrage of organic content works to a point, basically. I think it's still a good strategy.
Up to what point would you say?
I think maybe like 6 figures. You can probably get to 100K MRR, but I think past that, there's some evidence out there of like people who are very vocal about those strategies on X, for example.
Yeah.
If you actually look at the numbers, it's like, yes, you had 100 million views last month. Impressive.
Yeah.
I'm not taking away from the fact that it's very impressive, but then you look at their revenue and they like grew 5K. It's like, I think there is a lot of fluff around that.
Interesting. You've gone like the total opposite direction from last time we spoke.
I'm still doing it though, but I think I've got a much more balanced and cautious, nuanced approach to this. And I think that's one of the things that I, like every growth marketer person, like I tend to like believe those things when I'm all in. Let's do it because I want to validate it. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's like I want to test what people are talking about, especially when it feels early. And then you make your own conclusion. And I feel like what I'm saying now is like literally me thinking about it from like this year. So it's been like 2 weeks. It's like a fresh
2026.
It's like fresh take on this.
Okay, interesting.
Like I'll give you the alpha.
Let's dive in more to the paid side. So you've kind of like not parked organic, but it's like a system that runs and you're just like, cool, this adds like 30 million impressions, views monthly. That's great. You're getting maybe diminishing returns, or it's like a lot harder to scale past that point. So now you're like, okay, need to find another channel and avenue to keep the growth rate. So you doubled down on paid now?
Yeah. So the way I see the organic side of things now is like it's just one of the avenues I'm getting content for paid. The organic side of things works as an awareness play as well. Like you get a lot of eyeballs on your product. You get actually feeds the algorithm. Like especially on Meta for the Andromeda stuff. When you get a meme that goes viral to like 4 million people, those people somehow are gonna be retargeted by your other ads.
Even
and stuff.
Without putting it in a retargeting campaign or anything.
Because it does it automatically. Like now, like those exclusions that they mean nothing. I don't know if you like seen the look at the data and stuff. Even when you exclude something, it doesn't exclude it.
Yeah, so it doesn't fully exclude
Doesn't fully exclude.
Maybe only like 20-30% effective.
Meta basically decided, we're like, stop thinking we know. Let us drive, basically. So I think there's a lot of benefits in having the organic doing that as a helper.
Yeah.
And then it's just one of the avenues I'm getting content, And the other avenues are like, you try more traditional UGC stuff, some influencer, big and small.
Yeah.
Lots of partnership ads. Some, fabricated concepts, some founder videos.
Yeah.
And I want to put all of this together. Going back to the engineering background, it's like my supply chain.
Right.
It's a supply chain of content.
Yeah.
You need to have a big enough supply chain to have the diversity that is needed. It's all about the diversity. So you build a supply chain of ways you're gonna get the content that is diversified enough. To get the lowest.
What exactly is diversity? Like, if you could be as specific as possible, because I think there's so much misconception with this word and ads and everying.
So I'll tell you, diversity is not iterations, not a text overlay, not a color, not a different background. I actually even think 2 videos from the same creator where they say the different things is probably thinking it's the same thing. Every week, I want 10 new creators. So whatever you work with, if they keep feeding you with the same people they work with, it's probably not good.
Right.
It's not good. It's better than 90% of people out there.
Not the 1%.
Exactly.
You're in the 10%, but not the 1%.
You're not in the 1%.
You gotta go to the 1%.
Exactly. Well, otherwise, what's the point? I think everything needs to be new. So diversity is different people saying different things, tackling different angles, different pain points, different styles. And like the styles, like I mentioned a few earlier, but like you've got the humorous like skits, you've got the founders videos, you've got the before after, you've got comparison stuff, static video, carousel. It's also like the formats.
The format as well.
The style and the formats, and then the people in front of it.
So people, style, and format are the 3 main like pillars that you use to crack diversity. Okay. Do you ever run out of styles? Because I feel like there's like 15, and
No.
I'm like, how do you find more?
So the number one thing you run out of is the format. Because that's easy to have.
The format,
Then styles, for sure, because eventually you'll have to redo them.
Yeah.
But the last thing, the one that never runs out, is the creators. People. So you can find an infinite amount of people who make video for you. And you can give them whatever style you want them to do. Or they have their own style. That's fun too. Like when you go tap into
a loose brief kind of thing.
I'm like the looser guy when it comes to brief. I actually never write briefs. My boss Aiden, when I ask him for like founders video, I give him 2 lines. I'm just like, just say it the way you want to say it. Like I'm not gonna give you the lines. It's like it makes it more natural as well when you're like, just freestyle.
I'm also more like not really a fan of briefing, but I find that it works really well with some people and terrible with others. How do you deal with that? I guess you just like those terrible ones just make it to a test ad set and never see the light of day again.
You take. I mean, obviously there's a lot of wastage, but like everyone has wastage.
Ads. 90% of your ads are gonna be trash.
You don't know which ones are gonna pop. Like you never, you never know which ones. Like the ones that pop for us, I'm like, I would have never guessed. It's crazy,
How many like new winners do you get every month? Like top 5 spender kind of thing?
Maybe not every month. You probably get a winner a quarter.
A winner a quarter, like a true winner.
Like a big winner.
Like changes the account. Like
changes the account, takes all the spend. You don't get that every month. I think if you do that every month, you're lucky.
How many ads do you need to test to get to that like one unicorn a quarter?
I think it depends like how much you spend. Like I'm testing a lot on like how much you need to spend on testing, because there's a lot of wastage. Like you can do it the right way and the wrong way. And I don't even think I found the right way yet.
What are you doing now? Maybe I can help.
So I'll tell you right now, we're like testing about 10 new concepts a week.
Okay.
On a few iterations. So I said iterations don't matter, but when you launch a new concept for the first time, it's okay to give it like 2-3 versions.
And are you just doing the hook on the iteration or other stuff? Just the hook.
Just hooks, text overlay, or whatever they say at the beginning.
Okay.
So what's that? It's like a couple of hundreds a month.
Okay.
Where the way I used to test was giving it like a fixed spend on an ABO campaign. About like 2-3 conversions worth of budget on a daily basis. But when you multiply that by 10 every week, that's thousands of pounds that are gonna be not optimized. So I did that for a while. Well, I say a while, like a few weeks, because I couldn't really afford to spend more than that. And I switched to putting the test in the CBO, and I only give it like 5-10 quid just to kickstart the ad set.
Okay.
So each concept is an ad set on a CBO.
Yeah.
I give it a kickstart, and I'm testing to see that if it's a winner, it's gonna take more spend. Still up in the air. I think it's kind of working, but maybe 5-10 quid is not enough. Maybe
do you put minimum spend on the ad
so
set?
I put minimum spend,
you put like £10 minimum spend.
So minimum spend on the CBO. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, I know. Most people don't. Like, I learned about it last year, and we added it in Ad Manager, and I was like, oh, this is like the best of both worlds of like an ABO and CBO.
Yeah. I'm talking to Meta a lot about creative testing. So they have this feature where you can A/B test 5 creative.
Yeah.
But I keep telling them 5 is not enough. Like, I'm launching 50 a week, so.
Yeah. I mean, TikTok has that, right?
Yeah.
TikTok does like 30 ads in one. And App11, I think, do the same thing as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, we're going in the weeds now, but like, that's kind of, what I'm thinking.
Interesting. And would you say that's like your core focus?
Yeah, I think
paid ads.
I think if you have a consumer business, Meta should be your core focus. Like, it's huge. It's huge.
The biggest channel.
I think bigger than TikTok. Everyone you ask, like, no one has a bigger TikTok spend, unless you're maybe doing like TikTok Shop and stuff. Maybe on the consumer, like on the DTC side, like on the product side of things, maybe. But Meta is a juggernaut, and like, you need to make it work. If you're only relying on organic virality, that's too spiky. You can't rely on it every day. Meta is it's consistent, you know?
Yeah, and so you're like, how do you do all this in today's age? Like, I know other teams that are like 10, 15 people, and it's just you. How do you actually do this in practice?
So I've got like help from external people. So like I said, so my creative supply chain is deep, but it doesn't mean big agencies. It's like small shops, couple of guys,
right?
And I test them by style. So then you've got, you know, the street interview people, you've got the UGC people, you've got the static people. That's how you find the arbitrage. So I've got that, you know, a few VAs and support for like the influencer stuff, sourcing people, etc. And then the rest, I don't want to like bash on anybody else, but like, you know, once you look into like the VC back stuff, people are still going for teams like as a way to scale, like internal people, but also to like pretend they're growing. I think we're kind of going back to the days where, like, you know, how big is your team was like a flex. It's kind of reversing. Like that in London, at least. Like, I don't know in the US, but in London it feels like we're going back slightly into this. So I look at it a bit with like, you know, interest, because I'm like, why do you need 4 growth leads? You know, like, what are you guys doing?
Especially in today's age, you can be a lot more effective.
Man,
That's what I found.
So I've got some help. Then I've got some agents. All the copywriting.
Agents, like AI agents?
Okay,
agents. What are your AI agents?
All the copywriting. What takes sometimes is like to write an email, a newsletter, that is done in 2 seconds. I just tweak it. It's fast, and then boom, it's out. I feel like the way I see myself, I've got 2 references. Tom Cruise in Minority Report, with all the screens, you know, in front of me. Or like Tony Stark in Iron Man, you know, with Jarvis, you know. It's kind of like, I feel like now. So my take on this, I'll tell you what I think. I think right now there's still a lot of too much emphasis in creative strategists. So the internal team with creative strategists, media buying team, and a growth team. I think all of that needs to be bundled into one, which is pretty much what I'm doing. Right. It needs to be called differently.
What would you call it?
So I heard this term from, you know, the guy Taylor Holiday from CTC in the US. He calls it a profit engineer. I kind of like that. Maybe a growth engineer. So I think the traditional growth engineer, like an actual engineer that's in the growth team, it's not the right term for that person. I think I am a growth engineer, managing all of these pieces.
It's like you engineer the growth, not engineering in growth.
Exactly. Yeah. So we should rename the current growth engineers into something else. And what I'm doing should become the real growth engineer, basically.
So, I mean, what tools are you actually using to become the real growth engineer?
The usual stuff that, you know, everyone has access to now, like ChatGPT, a bit of Claude, a bit of comparison between the LLMs and like who's the better writer.
So who's the better writer?
For me, it's ChatGPT, because it has like so much history on like how I write now. I find it hard to like move into to switch. I'm trying to switch, but it's because I do like Claude, but because of the artifacts. So I've got a few things that I've built that have like the tone that I want. That's really the main thing. thing. Then like some support like reporting, but that's kind of like still semi-manual in spreadsheets, you know, like Stripe connected to like Facebook and stuff.
A few different sources to plug into like one master sheet.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, like that's the other thing that's like people overcomplicate to justify their jobs. They make it more complicated than what they used to be. You know, most companies go with Facebook and Google. That's 2 channels. Yeah. It's not that tricky. Come on. Like, you know, like the growth comes from one or the other. Yeah. And like, you know, if it's not them, then it's like organic and you get a nice word of mouth, cool. Yeah. But what can you do about it? Not much. So the thing you can control is like very narrow, and you don't need 1 million channels all the way to like, I don't know, 50 million. 100 million, you probably don't need more than 2 main channels. You know what I mean? Like, I think go really big with extreme focus. Extreme focus, and go deep. I think there is a world between a good media buyer and a great media buyer.
What's the difference?
I think it's easy to like turn on some ads. I've seen this take on LinkedIn actually. Performance marketers are dead because marketing analysts can do the media buying now. I was like, I don't know, man. Like, for me, a marketing analyst is good at crunching data, looking at the sources and stuff. Like, they're not gonna know what the test is on like the ABO, CBO, the creative sources, like everything that we talked about before.
The nuances.
That goes quite deep. Like, yes, it takes 2 buttons to launch it, but to source it and to put the process behind it, there is a great way to do it. And the easy way to do it.
Right,
And maybe it doesn't matter when you're like when you have a ton of money from your VCs and you can burn a ton. But when you need to be profitable on 30 days, you gotta be deep into that stuff, you know?
So you think the great ones kind of understand the different testing methodologies, or I don't know, the nuances? And
I think there's a lot of nuances.
The good ones are just like deploy budget to this campaign.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're the ones that will go to conferences and sit at the back and listen to takes that are like 12 months old. I think there's something there, like, I think media buying is not dead. I think it gets accelerated by AI because someone like me can do a ton without having to recruit a ton of people. But I think the job is still it's still deep.
My view on it is it's kind of like when you have a really good like 10x type of engineer. I think you can have a 10x type of media buyer. Not in terms of the results, but in terms of how many accounts you can manage. Because it's like the knowledge there, you can learn the knowledge, but like you kind of really have to care.
You have to care.
You have to care.
You have to be obsessed.
You have to want to know like who's doing the best and like how like what are they doing that I'm not doing. You know?
Exactly. Like basically, if your media buyer comes into the weekly meeting and says like, "Oh guys, the results are bad by seasonality," it's not a good media buyer basically. Like, I banned myself from
ever using that
like as an excuse.
Like
it's not working because your creative is not diversified now. It's not good enough. Your setup is not good enough. You're not optimizing to the right events. Whatever it is, like your product is not strong enough. Sometimes the problem is not the media buying, it's just the product. It's really hard to make something work if the unit economics are not together. You know?
On that then, like, because creative media buying is one part, but there's a whole other part which we didn't talk about, which is like the funnel and the offer, which is like a huge leverage point. So I'm curious how you've thought about that for AI Apply, because it's digital product. You can change it very quickly, very easily. Maybe, I don't know. But you can test a lot, as much as like creative, basically. I'm curious how you've approached that, how that's changed, like what you're seeing working.
So from the beginning, what we did and what we're still doing is like we're always testing, 3 to 5 experiments on a weekly basis that touch the funnel.
Oh, really? Okay.
It could be a copy change, could be a step change, could be a complete different way to get to the aha moment. We've had this rigor in like really continuous experimenting, never stopping experimenting. Even if something is working, maybe we could grab an extra 5-10% on top of it. And we keep doing that, and we've been doing that for 2 years, like literally weekly. For the team that we have, like I think we've got a decent amount of experiment. So a lot of it is like funnel experiments, like steps. And like mechanisms within the steps, like how do you get someone to get to the conversion. One of the things that we did basically was like before, we used to get people very quickly to the moment. Which for us was, you go to the website, you upload your resume, you get you paste your job offer, you get a personalized CV, cover letter, follow-up email for the recruiter. And we got that, the fastest day. It was like, it took 10 seconds.
Wow.
It was like super quick.
Yeah, sick.
And that was great for like some variety on TikTok, and like people like that stuff. But when we tested it against 20 question quiz onboarding, that converted better.
The sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah. So I think adding some psychological positive friction into a problem, which for people is like, I can't find a job. It's a pretty big problem.
A cool maybe experiment you can run. A friend of mine works in like legal lead gen kind of thing. And like what one of his secrets he found was to make ads look like the HMRC portal, because it has like the trustworthiness, and also the funnel looks like HMRC as well.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, that's genius. And like he's like literally 2x'd it, and I was like, oh my god, that's such a good.
When you start and you don't know, the best thing you can do is like look for the best player in your space. And just pixel perfect copy their flow. And start from there. Because their base, if they're a big company, they already have teams, they already tested hundreds of iterations of that. Just take that. Even when doing that, it's really hard to not put your subjective opinion into it. While you build it, like, oh, maybe we tweak this. We'll change the copy there. We took a different image. Like, no. I want the same exact shit. Like almost if you're on their website. We'll run that for a week or two, and then you start iterating on it.
I see. What's something like most people would disagree with you on in the marketing space?
That's a good question. I think brand guidelines are dead. They've been dead for a while. If you look at everyone's brand, everyone basically is, talking like you're the smart friend of the customer.
Right, yeah.
Okay, that's like commoditized now. Everyone's doing that. And then the rest of what is a brand guidelines is basically a set of restrictions that's just gonna like gatekeep you from having the best results possible in your marketing. I think it's good to, have a logo and have a mission and like the kind of
foundation.
Like the foundation stuff. All the stuff about you can't use this font, you can't use this word, we can't work with this, with that. It's complete bullshit. And it's just, brand marketers trying to justify their role.
Save their job,
Save their jobs, that has evolved. I think that's bad. Based on what we were saying before, I think a growth engineer now can work on a 30-day cadence, managing all of these supply chain, creative mini formats that you get from external people. And the brand people should focus on the high moments, the peak moment of the brand, long term. So not on a day-to-day, but like a quarter, 6 months in advance. And think big picture, big moment, big wow thing. If you can afford it, obviously it's not for every brand. We're not at that stage, we're not doing that part. But you can't have too many people with subjective opinions on the day-to-day nitty-gritty. Judging ads based on what they think of them versus.
You need like a dictator.
I think
it's like death by committee.
It's like death by committee is a big problem in marketing.
Oh yeah, I see it so many times. That is the worst thing.
So
it pains me.
I think I tweeted that once. It's like, unfortunately, growth is more like a dictatorship than communism. It's like, it's whether you like it or not. I think that's how you win. It's like, and I think AI and where we're going with all the help you can get, it goes towards that. A lot of day-to-day meetings and decisions that are made by teams shouldn't be happening. It's just waste of time. So
nice. Any other hot takes? Because I feel like most people would agree with the brand stuff. I used to work at Zoe, which was very heavily brand safe in a way. While health is you have to have more legal guidelines as well. But that was a tough one, and it took a month to convince everyone just give me the freedom and I'll get you the results.
And I'll show you.
Exactly. And then once you get the results, then it's
exactly.
Exactly. I'm curious if you have any other hot takes.
The UGC creator organic content, multi-account strategy is very inflated.
Interesting.
I think it's something that can work as, smallish scale, but you can't. I think it's a lot of hype. I think there's some examples like the Clulies of the world where you can see they're great at content and they're still getting the views and stuff, but business-wise, we haven't seen anything to show for.
Right.
There's a few other examples of like, you know, people doing like millions of views, and that's great. I think that is great for the awareness, but when you look at the numbers, that's a lot of investment for like what is not that much revenue at the end of the month. So I spend a lot of time, obviously we're doing some of that, but I spend a lot of time trying to understand that and see how much we can push on that front. So you know, I'm not going for 150 creators. We've got like about 20. We're getting millions of views, but you know, the revenue we're getting per millions of views is probably a lot less than what you think, you know.
So what's like a RPM that you're getting?
I think it's about like $500, something like that for us per million.
Per million?
Per million views, it's not that much. So it's all like we said earlier, it's all the arbitrage. You know, can you make those videos and can you make those views for a cheap enough that on average you get back the money that you think you're making? Because obviously, like you can't track that stuff. You know, link in bios. Like most people don't go in link in bios.
They just search it or
they
like
search it. So it's like you know, and then yes, you can go for like tools that do like cross-channel, like MMM, like but like that's also like a whole like kind of war.
I think that's overhyped. I actually agree with that. Like mostly, unless you're like a really big channel and you're spending more than like $1 million on different channels, that's I think like cool. Then fine, you know, pay for it.
But it's still at that point, it's still like a luxury. It's like you're paying for something. I'm not even sure if it's working.
It's like, what action do you take?
Exactly.
Like I always ask that with any analytics. It's like, do you take an action? If not, just cut it.
Exactly.
Or else you're overcomplicating your life. When you're looking for inspiration with like, I don't know, anything when you have a challenge in marketing, what do you look towards? Because it changes a lot. So, and like marketers have to be so adaptable. So like, where's your inspo source?
So earlier you asked me how I do it on a daily basis. So I do a lot of like time blocking. And I do a lot of tasks manually, really repetitively. Like, but I believe in those tasks, and I think they're very important. And one of them is doom scrolling. So I go on TikTok and I scroll for like, I take half an hour every day, pretty much. I've got my time blocked for that. And my algorithm is basically dialed in on like job seeker stuff.
Do you have a separate account for it? Or
Well, our main account, like our brand account is like dialed in on that.
Oh, fine,
So literally on first open, the first video I see is gonna be like a viral video in our space. Straight away, copy paste the link, put it into my Slack or whatever, my channel. Save it for later. I'll probably select 5 to 10 of them. Man, if you do that every day, you're gonna have a bank of inspo. That is huge. I do that more than I'll do looking at best ads. I think it's really hard to get some takes on like what is proven best ads from other people.
Really? This, you know, we did an update on AdScan because the UK data is public. You can actually see. I've talked to like 15 different people and I was like, I love the open. It's like, is this your top ad? Like, how did you know?
Let me rephrase. I think the problem with looking at top ads from competitors or other industries is that you end up looking at top advertisers that are not optimizing for month one payback. They can burn money on a 24, 12 months payback on a very branded high production ads, and then you see it as the #1 ad. Your internal creative team, your creative strategists, and then they'll have to make a brief on that, and then you end up with an ad that is not going to work for you. So I think it's good to have an eye on that, but I think it's the limitations to just taking top spenders.
You know how I solve that? Is like you look at the up and coming advertisers. Because they will always be performance focused.
Like us, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's like one that I looked at I think like 8 months ago that I was like, oh, they have some good. It was like Water 2. It was like recent. They were pumping so many ads and they were like extreme performance. And I was like, oh, they've got some good takes. But like look at AG1, it's like nah. You're taking bad inspo.
Exactly. There's some good inspo and bad inspo. I agree.
But organic is like you're just leveraging the machine to feed you the best stuff.
Feed me the best stuff. And then, you know what I do? I'll give you another tip. Look at the best video that the algorithm is feeding to me organically. If that video can be used as an ad as it is, I DM the person straight away. And I'm like, how much can I pay you to get the code? The partnership code.
Yeah.
And it works.
Really? Okay.
And again, talking about arbitrage, someone who just went viral on a random video that they posted yesterday.
Yeah.
And you come in and you're like, I'll give you $50 to run my ads on top. Are you okay? And maybe like, I'll put a comment, can you pin it? And then you run it, and that could become your top ad for the next 8 months, where you spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on, and you spend 50 quid on just by doom scrolling and just DMing someone.
So you almost need to find like the micro influencers or content creators that just went viral.
Yeah.
And like, that's the arbitrage.
Yeah. And the algorithm will show you that you don't even have to dig.
Yeah, right.
It just comes up.
Yeah,
like
you get new ones every day. Yeah.
Every day you get new ones, and they're random. Like most of the time, they're random people. I look at their profile; they've got like 100 followers, but they have a 3 million views video. I'm like, I'll take that.
Yeah, but is it always like related to your product?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the algorithm is just dialed in. Like I've done that so much.
But it's not
like,
promoting your product, right? Or is it?
No, it's not. So
how do you manage that?
A lot of that is going to be like my awareness, my awareness campaign, but my top of funnel ads.
Yeah.
So like they're about the topic.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. Like one of them, the best one actually of them all. It was a girl crying on camera, legit crying, like crocodile tears. Not AI, real person, with the tag POV, 4 months unemployment, just got a job offer. I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
So did that.
Yeah.
That ad's been running for 6 months.
Really?
I just messaged her again, we're like, can I have another 3 months for a few $100? Yeah, cool, fine.
Wow.
Still running. It's got 100,000 likes plus.
Yeah.
And like thousands of comments. All the comments are like, congratulations. I know
Yeah,
that feeling.
Yeah.
I know that
That's
feeling.
so good. That's so good.
And what they see is AI applied. They tap into it, and then the landing page is like, looking for a job.
It's not about the product at all. It's about the success story, and then you just attach to like, how do I get that success story with the link to
That's what they tell you to do in ads when you do scripts. It's about the transformation.
Yes. Yeah.
Why is the transformation the project brings to people? That's what this ad is about, basically. Exactly that.
Okay, nice. What's your like current tech stack right now at AI Apply? How do you engineer growth?
A lot of ad management.
Yeah.
Subtle plug.
Nice.
But yeah, no, that's my Monday basically. Monday, I don't spend that much time. It takes me like half an hour. Launch all my ads. Yeah. Super easy. I use like ChatGPT, Claude, like a mix of like them for LLM for copywriting.
Yeah.
Loops for emails. We don't use GA4 for website tracking. We use Plausible.
Plausible,
which is like, I think it's like, was our CTO was like, it was in love with it because I think it's like, it's
for devs kind of thing.
It's for devs and it's not like Google centric, plugs and play with like European legislations as well.
GDPR
and stuff. So it was kind of great for that. It gives me the same information, so I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Obviously, Posthog.
But can't you just use Posthog instead of Plausible? Because we use Posthog as well.
No, because Posthog is not great at traffic, channel, UTM tags. I find it a little bit shaky when it comes to like
marketing data.
I see.
Okay.
For the events and the funnels data, that's Posthog.
And do you use anything when you're creating ads, or is most of the ad creation kind of outsourced to the creative supply chain?
So I'll tell you, the only thing I use for creating ads when I do the ads, because I do some of the ads myself, is Instagram stories. So if I screenshot something, then I do it on stories. I use a bit of Canva. Recently got the Meta AI glasses. So now I record on the first POV.
Yeah.
And I do that as well.
Nice.
Okay. But yeah, and then the rest is external. So like basically I remove my bias on anything that I'm getting creatively externally. I'm looking for the expert for that style of content, and they bring it.
Interesting.
And I just focus on cost. It's like how much does that cost me?
What is your loose brief?
My loose brief is it's aiapply.com. Way for job seekers, for people who look for jobs.
It's like a two-liner.
That's it, yeah.
And then you just like make a video about it?
Yeah, no, I give them like a two-liner on the features.
Okay.
But usually there's like one that we promote. So I give them the one feature that I want them to talk about. But that's one line, like it's literally one line. So the main one for us is the auto-apply feature. So it's like we can auto-apply to eye-matching jobs from anyone in the world, in any industry, remote or
in person. One tip I can add for you, if you want to try to get better output from that scaled approach, is you can also send like video examples of top performers. So how I've seen people do the strategy is they actually want the creator to just like, kind of what you're saying with the funnel, it's like make a carbon copy of this, and they never will. So there will always be some nuance. Make a carbon copy. It's like, does it even come close or match performance? If so, then have the freedom to like do what you want. So it's kind of, but I don't know. That's another. And you just send the video, no brief. Just the videos? Like just copy this?
I do that sometimes, but very rarely. Very rarely. You
find just the 3-liner.
Yeah.
What feature to talk about?
Man, sometimes when I find like creators, like influencers, and I DM them, like the chat is so funny. It's like, hey, I love your content. Want to get some money?
Yeah.
They reply yes. I say how much?
Yeah.
They say their price.
Yeah.
I go down.
Yeah.
On there, then they say yes.
Okay.
And then I'm like, here's the website.
Yeah.
Go do it. When can you post?
Really? Like, okay. And you're doing all the outreach, or you have a project manager kind of?
I've got an outreach guy. But I do some of it because I think I can spot some people that person's not spotting.
Yeah, so
I
you
just
kind of do like a bit of the work to make sure you're tapped in and like you're kind of not getting scammed.
Yeah, because the external person that you use, if they keep going to people that gives you like 2, 3, 4K deals for one video.
Yeah, terrible.
And then you do it and you're getting 100, 200 per video or 50 per video.
Yeah.
Then you're like, okay, maybe you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
You need to look for other people.
Yeah.
You always need to check your methods and your arbitrage to not lose touch.
You check in a lot.
Weekly.
Okay, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're a busy guy.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's how you fill your time.
Yeah.
Like that's what the growth engineer does. You know?
Yeah.
The thing to do, that's what we said earlier, like to do that job, you need to be a bit obsessed or like a lot obsessed.
Yeah.
Like the companies I work with, they're like they become my babies.
Yeah.
And like I get obsessed with it, you know. I look at I refresh the data like 50 times a day to see for outliers, to like look at the spikes and stuff. And it's like adrenaline, you know. It's like the dopamine.
Do you have it on your phone, the refresh, like the dashboard?
No, so it depends. Like sometimes I do, but like this times I decided not to.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's on my computer.
What like advice, as you've worked in like so many different companies, different products, different stages, like everything, what advice would you give to ad manage?
I think you guys already doing some of it like this.
Yeah.
I think content, and I think you need to do more of it, more different formats of it, and like, you know, podcast and like anything that gives you more clips to put out. I think this format is great. There's there's a format like this with like there's a girl talking to founders. Don't know if you've seen it. And she's blowing up. I can't remember the name. I'll send it to you afterwards.
Okay. Yeah.
Same type of format, like walk and talk.
Yeah.
But I think to find your edge, and maybe have different ones.
Yeah.
But like interview your target user and put that out on a consistent basis. And that fuels, like we said, like that fuels your supply of ads when you do ads.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my advice.
The tip. Okay, cool. And if people want to connect with you, follow you, maybe reach out, like where do they hit you up?
So I'm on LinkedIn and X basically at Yoann Pavvy.
Okay, nice.
Just my name. On both. Yeah, I'm pretty active.
Yeah.
I still try to post every day. I've got a lot of relationship with LinkedIn. But
LinkedIn comes in waves.
Yeah, and I was almost giving up on it, and then literally last week I went viral with like the most shittiest memes, which was like the graph of like seniority in a company by how bold you are.
I didn't see that. It didn't come down.
I got like, I don't know, like 800 likes. I got like 200,000
that's crazy.
views. And I was like, when I post stuff that we talk about, I get 10 likes. No one cares about like the value stuff.
Yeah.
And then I post a fucking graph about how bold you are, like how to become a CEO type thing, like just, you know, shave your head.
So is LinkedIn becoming more like X?
Yeah, I think so.
What is X becoming?
I think, I don't know, like X is a lot of hype and like rage bait stuff.
Yeah.
Even on the marketing side, you know, like we said about the UGC clipping thing, like it's overhyped.
Yeah.
People jump on the bandwagon because they're trying to sell you stuff.
Yeah.
Like from one week to another, you've got like 40 kids who have like clipping agencies telling you that they got X amount of views.
Yeah.
It's easy to get fooled.
Yeah.
I think X is a lot of that. LinkedIn is still like far from this, you know, a lot more like people are careful because it's their name and it's their career.
Right, yeah.
But I don't know, it's changing all the time.
Okay.
Probably be different by the time this video comes out.
Yeah.